I'm going to show you how to set up appointments for students in the Canvas calendar. It's a way that students can click on an appointment time in your calendar so that they can meet with you individually. You can also set this up for student groups. Go ahead and close out of here, and I'm just going to go right over into the calendar. It's not super intuitive, but once you've done it a couple of times, it's easy enough to remember what to do. The first thing that you want to do is to make sure that you have the correct calendar selected. So I'm going to go ahead and put one into my Math 107 class, some appointments there, and I've got that calendar selected. So I'm going to go ahead and select that calendar, and then I'm going to hit the plus sign at the bottom to create a new event. Once this comes up, I get the option to set up an appointment group. So I'm going to click on appointment group, and I'm going to give this a name. I'm going to call this corrections meeting. Okay, and then for the location, my Zoom link shows up. Here's probably one if you've never done it before, but this is a really good place to put your Zoom link so that it's right there in front of your students when they go back to join you during their appointment time. So I'm going to put my Zoom link there. I am going to select the calendar. This is the one that's kind of goofy. The only calendar that will show up here is the one that you selected over here first. If you forgot to select a calendar, or if you selected the wrong calendar, only those show up here. So a little glitchy, but I did select the correct calendar. So I'm going to go ahead and click it there. And then I click on done. Next, I just choose the date and the time. So I'm going to put this at the end of the month. We'll do it on the 30th. And then the time range, I'm going to say between 2 and 5. And I want to do, you can do any length slots. The default is 30. I'm going to go ahead and change this to 20-minute slots. So I'm going to do 20-minute slots during this time period. I'm going to go ahead and hit go. And it autofills all of the 20-minute slots between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock. The other nice thing is you can go ahead and cancel one. So say you want to break it at 4 or 3:40. We'll do 3:40. You can go ahead and just take that one out of the list there. So once you've got this the way that you want it, you can go ahead and fill in your options. I'm going to limit each time slot to a single user. You can make this for multiple users if you want. And I do want to limit participants to attend one appointment. And I'm just going to, for details, say bring, or I'm going to say have your exam corrections ready for us to discuss. I look forward to meeting with you. Okay, then I'll go ahead and hit publish. So what it's going to do is populate these appointments into my calendar. Unfortunately, there's an extra click that the students need to take before they will show up for them. Okay, so I've got them here and they do show up on my calendar, and you can see that they're grayed out. The reason that they're grayed out is because no student has chosen those. Let me go into my 107 class, and I'm going to go ahead and switch over to student view so I can actually take one of those appointments as if I was a student. Whenever you do anything new in Canvas, I strongly recommend that you do the student view up here at the top. It creates a test student account, and you can do anything that you need to do, almost anything that you need to do as a student. So you can see exactly how it works and exactly what everything looks like. Okay, so here I am as a student. So as a student, I want to go to the course calendar, and I'm going to look for one of those appointments. Once the course calendar populates, you'll notice that those appointments do not show up on the 30th. The student has to do one more click, and that's to find appointment. So I'm going to go ahead and click find appointment. I'm acting as a student now. Yes, I want to do it for this course. Now all of those appointments show up, and as a student, I can select any of these appointments just by clicking on it. And I'm just going to say, see you then. Notice how the Zoom ID has shown up for them. The details have shown up as well. And then the student just needs to reserve that spot. And then it's going to show up on my end as being reserved for that student. This is a really good way to set up some appointments for whatever you want to do in terms of meeting with your students one-on-one.